Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Heartland Institute president himself, Joseph Bast.
Sing a song about the Heartland, the only place I feel at home. Sing about the way a good man works until the daylight.
Oh, good evening. Thank you all for being here. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is the high point of every year for the Heartland Institute, is to have 500 friends come together and have a good time and laugh and get to know each other. So thank you for being here. We're here for three reasons. First is to celebrate the achievements of the Heartland Institute over the last year. Secondly, to thank the Heartland Institute staff and volunteers and friends for all of the hard work that they put in this year. And third, to recognize and thank all of the donors whose generosity makes it possible for us to do all of these things. The Heartland Institute was founded in 1984 for one purpose: to expand and preserve individual freedom. We do that by discovering, developing, and promoting free market solutions to social and economic problems. Over the years, we've had success in lowering taxes, reforming education and welfare, reducing regulations, getting states to balance their budgets, and in lots of other areas. In the course of doing that, we've created a literature of liberty: books and policy studies, short articles, op-ed pieces, videos about America's unique gift to the world, and that is that you can create a nation based on principles, not on privilege, and on freedom instead of force. Thanks. So in recent years, we've expanded. As some of you old-timers know, we started out just focusing on Illinois, and then the Midwest, and then we became a national organization. Around 1993, we decided to go to all 50 states, 7,300 state legislators. So since 1993, we have been sending every elected official in the country publications on a wide range of issues: school reform and healthcare reform, budget and tax issues, telecommunications. More recently, we've devoted quite a bit of attention on climate change or global warming. We've become the world's best-known think tank opposing alarmism on the global warming issue. We don't believe that it merits giving up our freedom. So our meeting tonight is a little incomplete because there are some people who should be here but who couldn't make it. These are people who passed away since we last met in this very room about a year ago. Maybe you knew some of them. They were all really wonderful and exceptional people in the freedom movement. Rather than me list them off and then have you applaud or have a moment of silence after each name, how about if I just read through a list of people who passed away over the last year? At the end of the list, I'd like for us to give these really special people a standing ovation. So these people passed away over the last year: Professor Robert Carter, Professor Forrest McDonald, Lee Newcomb, Andrew Coulson, Justice Antonin Scalia, Professor Tibor Machan, Mike Flynn, Elizabeth Allen Clark, and just over a week ago, Phyllis Schlafly. These are all wonderful people. I hope you'll join me in giving them a standing ovation and a round of applause. So we're here tonight to rededicate ourselves to the mission that they devoted their lives to: preserving and expanding individual freedom. It's an important mission because today freedom is under attack in the United States. In the last decade, our inalienable freedoms fought for by the Founding Fathers and enshrined, they thought, in the Constitution, have been greatly eroded. We are less free today than we were in 2006. The national government has greatly expanded its spending, its borrowing, and its regulating. We are on the road to nationalized health care, nationalized education, both at the elementary and secondary level and at higher education, a nationalized energy sector, and a nationalized banking system. This has happened with a socialist in the White House, but it's also happened with a lot of conservative Republicans in the House and the Senate and serving on the U.S. Supreme Court. It's been a bipartisan crime against freedom. So this matters a lot. It matters because without freedom to choose, there can be no moral actions. All we're doing is following orders. There's no right or wrong. There's no discovery of every person's unique skills and potential. Without individual freedom and free enterprise, there can be no human progress, no innovation, no economic growth, none of the peace and prosperity that we take for granted. Freedom is the most powerful idea ever discovered by mankind. It has literally raised billions of dollars from slavery and from abject poverty. It has transformed the world, and yet we are throwing it away. Ronald Reagan famously said that freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. Ladies and gentlemen, freedom is about to disappear during our watch. How do we feel about that? Freedom is under attack by people who call themselves progressives, liberals, socialists, Marxists. Sometimes, when they're really honest, they call themselves communists. Okay. Angelo Codevilla, our keynote speaker last year, called them the new ruling class. He's written just magnificent books and articles on the subject. We just call them the left. Whatever label they hide behind, the left wants more government and less freedom, more power to impose their values and their goals on other people and to live off the work and the ingenuity of other people. We want just the opposite. We want less government and more freedom. This coming election could decide whether we get more government or less government at the national level over the next 4 years. It could mark a turning point after 8 years of tremendous losses of individual freedom. Politics is important, but it's not enough, because it's not just through politics that we're going to make freedom rise once again. Making freedom rise requires that everybody in this room do their part to fight back against growing government, to help restore American freedom. There are 5 things that everybody in this room can do to help restore freedom. First, educate yourself. It all starts with yourself. How much do you know about free enterprise, about American history, and about the Constitution? When's the last time you read about this? If you don't know it yourself, you can't share it with other people. So educate yourself first about the importance of freedom. Secondly, educate the people around you. Don't be the lamp with the shade over it that doesn't inform everybody else. Let your kids know what you think. Don't sit there quietly and agree with stuff that you don't agree with. Talk to your friends, the people you play golf with, your fellow college students. Make sure that everybody around you knows what you think about freedom and how important it is to defend freedom. Third, be a role model for the people around you. Heartland's founder was Dave Padden. Dave Padden was a magnificent guy. Everybody who Dave met liked Dave Padden. He was a great spouse. He was a great father. He was a great businessman. He was an honest guy. He kept every agreement that he ever made. Okay? He was a good golfer. So people looked up to Dave. They looked up to Dave Padden. They said, I want to be like that guy. And so when they asked Dave Padden what he thought about the election, or he thought about freedom or regulation or government spending, they respected his opinions. So be a role model. Get your own life straight. And then people will come to you naturally for your opinions. Number 4, help build new institutions. When the left takes over colleges, Ivy League colleges, universities, your alma mater, stop giving them money. All right? So rule number one, don't give money to universities that are teaching anti-freedom themes, okay, that are supporting the growth of big government. There are other colleges out there. Hillsdale College is one of them. Carthage College, I'm proud to say, is one. We have a table here today from Carthage College up in Wisconsin. Where are you guys? Where's the Carthage table? Can you stand up? I think it's at the back of the room. Yeah. All right. So thank you guys for being there. There are colleges and universities that still believe in freedom. Those are the ones you need to seek out, send your kids to, and give your money to. At the elementary and secondary level, it's the same thing. Vote against property tax hikes. Never, ever vote for higher taxes for public education. Instead, support charter schools and private schools. We have a table here from Chicago Hope Academy. Where are you guys? Stand up if you're at the Chicago Hope Academy table. It's back there. Yeah, it's just a tremendous school, working against tremendous odds, showing what private enterprise can do in the field of education. And when the left takes over your local newspaper, or the local TV station, support alternative publications, support online news services like Illinois Review and the Patch.com network of newspapers here in Illinois. Nancy Thorner is here. Nancy, where are you? She's kind of small. There. Nancy's right in the middle of the room. Yeah. Just a great example of when the media goes left, take over, start your own media. Write for the media yourself. Don't allow yourself just to be taken over by whoever happens to run the local newspaper. And number 5, and finally, hang together, or else we shall surely hang separately, as Benjamin Franklin famously said. Join the freedom movement. There's power in numbers. Don't be the only guy. You're not the only guy. You can reach out, join with other people, get the leverage that comes from being part of a larger organization. If you live in this area, the West Suburban Patriots is a great organization to join. We have 2 tables of West Suburban Patriots here. Thank you guys for being here. Great example of grassroots organizing at the grassroots level to make a difference. And finally, yes, vote for and support elected officials and candidates for office who support less government and more freedom. We have several of them here. We have State Senator Jim Oberweis is right here at the front table. Thanks for joining us, Jim. State Representative Tom Morrison bought an entire table. Where are you, Tom? There we go. I saw David McSweeney here. I think in the reception, so thank you for joining us, David McSweeney. And I'm sure there are others too. Thank you for running for office. Libertarians and conservatives oftentimes spend so much time running down politics and politicians that they end up discouraging good people from running for office. That's a mistake. We got to get good people in office, and when they get in office, we got to support them. We got to support them financially. We got to write about them, talk about them, help organize events for them. So that's part of that hanging together. Support the elected officials who are on your side. Okay, inside the program for tonight, which was on your chair when you sat down, is a reply form, and it has lots of checkoff boxes. I need you to fill that form out. Okay, there's contact information on the back of it, so you can put your name and an email address or a snail mail address if you could. On one side, there's about 20 boxes. These are 20 opportunities for you to get involved in the freedom movement. Okay, with the stroke of a pen, you can become an activist. You can agree to do something. And you'll notice, I think, 2 of those involve money. That's it. 2 out of 20. I don't mind if you want to make a contribution, believe me. But even more important is writing an op-ed piece, writing a letter to the editor, hosting an event, becoming a volunteer, if not for the Heartland Institute, then for any of the other organizations that are trying to fight this fight. Your time is tremendously valuable. Okay, so don't just go off and play another round of golf. Think about spending 2 or 3 hours defending freedom. Okay, make an investment in the idea, the concept, and the institutions that made your own success and happiness possible. Okay, so please fill out those forms. Fill them out. Start filling them out right now. Fill them out during dinner. Fill them out while during dull moments of PJ or Rourke's talk. Okay. And at the end of the day, please hand them over to a Heartland staffer. I would like to see 200 people filling out those forms, dropping them off so that we have 200 volunteers at the end of this event. Some of you knew Vern McCarthy. Does anybody here remember Vern McCarthy? Yeah? Wonderful guy, passed away probably a decade ago now. And he was Johnny Appleseed of the conservative movement in Illinois. He would go to event after event, handing out literature, talking to people. He was one of the first conservatives I met in Illinois when the Heartland Institute got started back in 1984. And one of the lines that he would often use is, the problem with conservatives is they meet, eat, and retreat. Okay? Oh, we have great meetings, and the food is wonderful, but what do we do after it? We don't do anything. Okay? It's a great point. It's an important point. We need to do something after this meeting, not just retreat, not forget about it. So tomorrow morning, what you do tomorrow morning is more important than what you do tonight. Okay? Ideally, this event motivates you to get up tomorrow and actually do something. Before I let you enjoy dinner, I'm going to thank, first of all Heartland donors, those who are here tonight, certainly those who couldn't make it tonight. They really do make it all possible. I especially would like to thank the people who reserved tables at tonight's event. They are listed on the back of your program. I would like to thank Jerry and Marilyn Hayden for their generosity once again. Thank you, Jerry, Marilyn. This is going to take a while if you applaud like that after every table, but I'm sure people wouldn't mind. The Madden Foundation. Where did I see? There we go. Jeff Madden, who's on Heartland's Board of Directors. Linda and Brian Singer. Dr. Herb Wahlberg. Tom and Janice Sleater. Diane Bast, and her very lucky husband of 35 years, Joe Bast. Our anniversary is on August 29th. So 2 weeks ago, we celebrated 35 years. And Diane is still working on me, still a work in progress. Paul and Christine Fisher, all right, the J.P. Humphreys Foundation, Harley Moody, Frank and Suzanne Resnick, AM 560, The Answer, the Arlington Heights Chamber of Commerce, Carthage College, Chicago Hope Academy, George and Joan Clues, Bill Dawes, Jim and Tina Johnston. Jim Johnson, by the way, is a founding member of the Heartland Institute's Board of Directors. He has been with us for 32 years. Chuck Lang, another member of Heartland's Board of Directors. The Leadership Institute, Peter Meister. Turning Point USA. Zertrex International, it's Dennis Cunningham. The David Horowitz Freedom Center. State Representative Tom Morrison. And the West Suburban Patriots, 2 tables. All right. So thank you all very much for buying these tables. Thank you for being a Heartland donor. If you are not already a donor, this is a great time to become a donor. There's a reply form on your table. Please fill it out. Check a box. If you think you can give $50, give $500. If you think you can give $500, give $5,000. It's just another decimal. It's a 0. There's nothing to it. We accept credit cards. We accept checks. We accept cash. Please make a contribution. If not tonight, some of you have been attending Heartland events for a long time, and I noticed that you're still not donors, or at least you're not current donors. If not tonight, when? What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for freedom to come under even greater assault? Is that it? I mean, do you think freedom isn't really at risk now? Maybe next year when it's really at risk, you'll contribute? Folks, we need the funding today. You need to get involved today. This is your movement. This is your moment. This is when the movement needs you. So please fill out the form, make a contribution, become a Heartland donor. You'll be glad you did. Thank you very much. Please enjoy your dinner.